Like announcements, hit the fucking button. I'm trying to throw it all away now.
We haven't even got to 500. I was trying to
wait till we get to 500 to torpedo this shit.
So first, coming up from Arrow, we have a few announcements from them. A bunch of random titles, as Arrow tends to do, but a couple that I thought stuck out a little bit more than others, like Deep Red in 4K, also known as Profondo Rosso. And then also a collection of Giallo essentials, which I haven't heard of these movies either, but both of these collections seem to be really well done. Obviously, Arrow's putting them out, so they're going to be very well done. Both of which are coming out the same day, October 26th. Russ, are you familiar with Deep Red or this Giallo essential collection or any of these films?
I saw Suspiria at a very young age, and I had no idea what a Giallo was. They're not what most Americans view as horror movies. They have mystery elements. There's usually sex involved. There's soap opera-ish. I've come to appreciate more, and I'm a fan of some now. Mm-hmm. But when I first saw Suspiria, I didn't know what to make of it. It kind of tainted my view on Argento. I keep meaning to go back and rewatch it. Other than that, I've only seen Phenomena, which that had Jennifer Connelly in it, so that felt more familiar to me.
Yeah.
I need the right influence. I need someone to steer me in the right direction with Argento.
Yeah.
And maybe Deep Red is the one, man.
I mean,
I've heard that. Deep Red is up there in the ones people talk about with him.
Arrow just put out The Bird with the Crystal Plumage.
Plumage.
It's interesting they're putting out so many back-to-back Argento films.
But yeah, dude, the way those filmmakers like shot back then, dude, there's like billions of movies from these guys. Like you could keep going.
Also out on December 14th from our friends at the MVD Rewind Collection, who, Russ, you're a big fan of.
I am.
So they're putting out Jack Frost and Jack Frost 2, Revenge of the Mutant Killer Snowman. Now, I thought these movies starred Michael Keaton. I must be wrong. When I saw this was announced, I was like, I thought Michael Keaton was in a movie called Jack Frost, and is MVD picking up that great film? And am I going to have to blind buy this feature?
Hopefully there are many people out there, such as yourself, who will pick this up expecting a family drama.
I actually thought the Michael Keaton one was also a horror. Am I wrong?
Once upon a time, in the town of Medford, there lived a man named Jack Frost.
Happy holidays! You guys are great!
Jack Frost is the dark fantasy drama film starring Michael Keaton and Kelly Preston, where Michael Keaton is playing a father who is killed in a car accident before coming back to life as a snowman.
I will always be there. I promise. As long as you hold someone in your heart, Charlie, you can never lose them.
But this is not that film. This is something else.
Sadly.
Russ, I have no idea what this is. The minute I thought it was Michael Keaton, I thought I was
You never
on
even heard of this?
No.
This was always on TV. It's a comedy horror, nothing serious.
Okay.
And everyone knows it's silly. It's Shannon Elizabeth getting naked in a bathroom before a snowman kills her.
Sounds like a quality film.
It passes the time.
In the story of a man who got a second chance to be the world's coolest dad.
I do own the Vinegar Syndrome special edition that came out with the limited edition lenticular slip. So I'm interested to see if those features carry over and how much more my edition will go for on eBay now.
This is apparently the original poster art for Jack Frost, where he's chilling and killing. So it does look like more like that Vinegar Syndrome, but the MVD Rewind makes it look a little cute. I kind of like the way that looks, honestly.
It is. It's comical. I'll put it to you this way. If you removed the profanity, if you removed nudity, that kid could watch it. It's silly. It's
silly.
Ridiculous.
Thanks for giving me a second chance to be your dad.
Well, both of them are coming from MVD Rewind December 14th. And if you're a fan of the Michael Keaton classic Jack Frost, tell someone, because it has not been released on any format yet. We need to get that out there. Out October 5th is the Icons of Horror Universal Classic Monsters 4K collection. Dracula in its 90th anniversary, Frankenstein in its 90th, Wolfman in its 80th, and then just good old Invisible Man. Don't know how old that one is, but these are landmark anniversaries for these three other Universal Classic Monster titles. You're getting all of these films in one bundle. So in this package, you're getting 4K versions, you're getting Blu-ray versions, and you're getting digital codes of all of these films. The package itself looks pretty nice, but it is one of those cardboard slide-in types, which I've had hit or miss experiences with. Sometimes they're very easily, you can slide them out really easily. Sometimes you really have to kind of get your fingers all the way in there to pull them out, and it puts fingerprints on your disc no matter what. Like, there's no way around it. Depending on how this is put together, how tight those sleeves are, I don't know what experience you Universal Classic Monster fans are going to have. So you're promised a ton of bonus stuff on here, hours of bonus features, but the thing that is missing here are some of these other monsters that were included in other box sets before. The Germany release, I just want to mention, because we talk about Germany all the time, came in a really awesome casket box, which I feel like is a missed opportunity here. So you go, Germany.
And I'd say if you are a big fan of these movies, hold out. They're going to put all of them together.
This says Volume 1, maybe there'll be a Volume 2, maybe there'll be some wider collection of this later on. Again, I don't know who the bigger fans are for these types of movies that are out there, but this does look pretty nice. September 21st, on one of our favorite labels also, Paramount Presents, is the Kurt Russell classic, Breakdown. Now, I don't know too much about Breakdown, but I do like this label a lot. With this company, you get a really nice, solid, clear box that slides into a really nice slipcase that when you open the slipcase up, it's got a panel that shows you the original poster art, which I think is really cool. The discs themselves are always a sizable upgrade to the picture quality, but then they always have the director come back and do some sort of conversation about the movie itself. And usually that's it.
Son of a bitch! What do you want?
But for whatever reason, Paramount Presents is really going to bat for Breakdown here, and they're really giving a lot. Can't wait to hear your thoughts. I've never seen this movie, but you're getting a new 4K remaster. A lot of times you're only getting 2K remasters on these, but sometimes 4K. This one's a 4K remaster. There's a new audio commentary from the director and Kurt Russell. New. Right, came back. I know. A filmmaker focus with the director, as they always do. Then you have Kathleen Quinlan on Breakdown, who was starred in the film. Martha De Laurentiis on Breakdown. There's an alternate opening. That same alternate opening gets a commentary from the director also, if you choose to have that. Also an isolated score. I know. And then again, you have the collectible packaging, which is pretty awesome. Now, I don't know about this movie, Russ. Tell me, why are they doing all this for Breakdown?
I don't know, but it's awesome.
My wife is locked up in a hole in your f***ing barn. And if you don't give me the key, I'm gonna blow your f***ing head off!
I don't see this jumping to 4K.
No, you're right. And I think a lot of their titles won't.
Exactly. And that's what I like what Paramount's doing with this stuff. And if this does jump to 4K, it'll be a minor upscale or, from this release. So they're just kind of putting it out there, putting some love into it, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
As far as the film goes, it's the perfect 90s forgettable. You watched it, you walked out but I'm saying that in a good way.
Okay.
Like, this is just action from beginning to end, simple plot. People kidnap his wife. Everything goes wrong while he's trying to figure out who kidnapped her. Everyone's in on it, lying to him.
Look, I don't know how to tell you this, but I've never seen you before in my life.
What are you doing?
It's a nice little movie.
This little 90s thriller.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It is. It's a nice, just quick, by-the-numbers thriller, done effectively, not going to set the world on fire. It's not changing the game in any way, but perfectly effective and enjoyable for what it is.
It's a solid release. I feel like if only that director spotlight was on there, it would just be like, okay, another cool title in their catalog. But the fact that they just nailed it, I mean, it might be worth having. So lastly, coming out in 4K from Kino Lorber is Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Yet again, they eat Scream Factory's lunch.
Yeah, so this is the 1978 Invasion of the Body Snatchers. They are killing it in their 4K releases this year. They've got plenty more coming. This is another one that was recently announced, coming out November the 23rd. Nothing as far as details are concerned, but based on what we've seen lately, it's probably going to be whatever sizable features have ever been out there for this before. Maybe one or two things new if we're lucky, but essentially it's going to be a slipcase and a 4K update. And then we also had talked about Highlander in 4K in a previous segment coming out in Australia, but we finally have a US release date for Highlander in 4K, which is September the 14th. I know there were a lot of people asking about that, whether or not we were going to get Highlander here, which they had mentioned that we would, just didn't know when, but now we do. November the 14th. Russ, you picking up Highlander?
I'm holding out for Highlander 2.